If you've been injured, the insurance company that you hear from is not there to help you.
Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
And what should have been a pretty straightforward agenda item turned into a back and forth between commissioners over the phrasing of a specific rule in the proposed amendment for licensing of marijuana establishments in the county. Here's a brief synopsis of the proposed ordinance. Anytime a company or organization that is involved in the cannabis industry wants to establish a business in a specific community within Nye County, there will now be an additional requirement that these new businesses and their representatives go before town advisory boards and get a letter of support or opposition to the establishment of these businesses in their respective community. In fact, there was positive feedback from the handful of public comments that were given.
A lot of jobs have been opened up to our people in Amargos, and I think that's very important. So thank you for including that they do have to come before us or before the town boards and advisory boards. I think that's very important. Thank you.
Seems pretty straightforward, right? Well, there was a slight hiccup with the inclusion of a provision in this ordinance that states an applicant must obtain this letter of support or opposition from a town advisory board within 45 days prior to the application for a special use permit being processed by the county. A concern that Commissioner Blundo brought up to his fellow commissioners is when exactly does that 45-day clock start? And more importantly, what paper trail is there to support the applicant's initial submission date?
45 days goes by, and what happens?
The way the code's written, we won't accept an application without that letter of support or opposition from the town board, just showing that they made presentation. If the 45 days goes by and they were unable to accomplish that due to scheduling conflicts or whatever, then we would accept their application and proceed. Without that document, the application would not even be able to be submitted.
Okay, so you're absolutely guaranteeing me that the town board will get to have their say on it. That's what I was concerned with.
So can we just have a motion one way or the other, please?
Sure, I'll make a motion.
Because I want to see. Go ahead.
After roughly 20 minutes of conversation on this specific issue, a majority of the board decided to keep the language in the new ordinance as is, and the motion was adopted with a vote of 4-1, with Commissioner Blundo being the only dissenting vote.